Hello, welcome once again to Invictus Motors. Today on the 9th of April, on a Friday, and as a Muslim, Friday is a blessed day for us. My thoughts go out to the royal family for the death of Prince Philip. We wish his family the best during this difficult time. For us at Invictus Motors today, it's a bit of a spectacular day because we have a 911 996 Targa 2 Tiptronic S in stock. The styling of the Generation 2 996 Targa or the Generation 2 996 are basically emulating the turbos, the 996 turbos, because they wanted to move away from the design of the Generation 1 996 looking like the Boxsters. A lot of the people out there in the Porsche community make a massive deal out of these headlights, calling them the fried egg headlights, but these were inspired from the Porsche GT Carrera, the GT Carrera. I mean, that was the original GT Carrera, and they look stunning on that. And they've also had a similar design headlights, in the Porsche race cars. But this is where the magic of this car really is. This massive swooping glass, two panel glass. Basically, this whole section here opens up and slides into the back of this. And if it's closed, there's actually a button there that allows you to open the back of this. And that design is so neatly done. If we were to look at the back of this car, some people make comparisons of the Targa with the convertible, especially alluding to the lines here, and they basically are saying that the Targa is based on a convertible. One could argue that yes, it is in some way, form or shape closely aligned, but from a historical reference point of view, Porsche started to introduce the Targas in California in around the 70s to make sure that the manufacturers are creating a car that if it rolls over, the passengers are safe, well and alive. So they came up with a concept of a Targa whereby they had these B-pillars here, one on this side, one on that side, and this part of the roof would actually come out, and they wanted to stop that convertible trend really. And obviously Porsche came with the idea of the Targa. Fast forward to the late 90s, Porsche started to create the 996 Targas, and obviously they had the same design Targa roofs in the 993s. But to talk about the 996 and then to talk about the comparison of the convertible, these Targa roofs were actually hand built. So on the production line of a convertible or a coupe 996, this required more labor hours to be put together. Therefore, we're talking about a couple of hundreds of them being sold in the UK. They were not sold in the thousands, they were sold in the hundreds. At any one time, there's probably less than 5 of them available. But we're talking about real exclusivity, and we're talking about a car that's not been sort of mass produced in terms of a 996 Targa model. It was a car that was not cheap to order in the first place. It was a car that required a lot of engineering effort. But all these years later, I mean, we're talking about 19 years later, the Targas are officially a classic car. You can actually apply for your classic certification and you get a nice beautiful gift box, which resulted in the value of the 996s going absolutely through the roof. And you can't blame anybody for the values going through the roof, because for a very long time, we're talking about 4 or 5 years, these were called the undesirable bunch of the 911s. But when you start to really look at something like this, you start to see that maybe this was the last of the true analog cars. please don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Whether you have any questions about this Porsche or whether you have got questions about a Porsche that you own. Thank you very much for your time.